Hi, can you hear now? Weird. So, hi guys. I am going to be cooking myself some breakfast. If I can ever find the fucking cutting board. Hold on. I walked past the thing 3 bloody times. There we go. Hello, bubblegum. Oh. What about manners? I'm a furry cooking breakfast in a bathroom. What the fuck are manners? Oh. Nope, that's not the right one. That's the one. Got to wipe out the walk. There we go. Oh. You've never been seen. Do I like rotisserie chicken? Yes, I love rotisserie chicken. Ooh. Let me put that over there. Along with that, we need more table space in this bathroom. Phrases I never thought I would say. Let those drain. You know what? I'm moving stuff around. Because why the fuck did they put everything on the counter and not put things where they should be? Pardon the sound of things going cling. Clinkety clinkety. Ah! The fox is trying not to die. By the way, the reason I am doing these little live streams is so you guys can get an idea for what convention life is like, for one. Ooh, I got a furry shirt too, but you got one from Spencer's? Fuck! I expected Spencer's eventually to get on the furry train, but Christ. Alright. So, let's get these sausages open. So, let us turn on the thing DMT will cure me of what? I mean, technically you don't have to be popular to live stream, you just have to have 100 subs. What am I making? I'm going to be making some pork linguiça. Or more accurately, I'm going to fry a bit of pork linguiça, not the whole thing. And then over that, I'm going to add ramen. So, pull a little bit of the hydration out of the sausages first, then put a lot of hydration back into them. You'll get these nice plump things. And by the way, for those of you who might be wondering why I'm cooking in a bathroom, one, again, it's the safest place in the hotel to cook. Two, I'm a poor motherfucker. I can barely actually afford this con, which I literally save up all year to be able to go to. If I had to have a food budget for going out to the restaurants around here, that would also mean a couple more $100 that I did not have. So instead, I opt to make my own food. I also have a lot of cleaning products for sanitizing this place. 100% more than the actual people working here do. Ooh. There we go. Let's turn you down. Get these guys on there. And then and I'm actually going to have to add a little bit of water since I forgot that this has to be a smokeless cook. So, I'm going to parboil those. Add for texture a little bit of diced water chestnut. Not going to be adding the whole can. There. About half a can. So half of the linguiça, half of a can of water chestnut, and you know what, I'm just going to add the rest of the water, and add the seasoning packet. We're just going to do it all at once, and make it boil rather than fry. Speaking of which, let's change the preset. This meal is going to be all over the place. Oh. Also, by the way, sorry if I haven't been checking the chat too terribly often. However, there is a reason. That's because I'm trying to focus more on the actual act of cooking and being safe about it, rather than, you know, trying to focus on what the chat is doing. I'm not going to pull a, God, what was that dude's name? Y'all might know, it's the dude who recently crashed his McLaren and then got banned by Kick because he crashed his McLaren live. Can't for the life of me remember his name. Doherty, I think? Oh, hello, Burb. Also, tell your mother I said happy birthday. Here we are. Striker Husky. Am I making food inside? No, I do have a budget for going to places like Wiener Schnitzel or the pizza parlor downstairs. I'm cutting down on my costs by making my breakfasts in the bathroom. Also, for those who are unaware, one, the reason I'm in the bathroom is because this is the room that can get the hottest in the entire hotel room. Two, we have the air conditioner blasting out in the other room to make sure it doesn't get too warm. The reason for that is because if there's a heat sensor, then cooking in the room could be a danger. If there's a smoke alarm, cooking in the room could be a danger. However, this place has what's called heat sensors. So if the room heats up too much, well, the heat sensor isn't in the bathroom, it's in the main room. Reason being is because with the humidity in this room, just from the shower alone, it could go way above what the heat sensor can handle. So, in other words, it's safe to do this at a sort of low temperature in the bathroom. Oh, and for those who don't know, I actually cater. Like, I tend to cater most of the conventions I go to. Bear this in mind, we also tend to keep the rooms much cleaner even after we leave because of the fact that we do things like this. The reason we keep the rooms much cleaner is because, well, I have my own slew of cleaning products that they don't use as often in hotels. And I mean, yeah, to save money at a con is always good. In my case, it allows me to save money. It's actually how I can afford to buy things at the convention. Like if I want to go down to the dealer's den, it's how I afford to do that. Otherwise, even saving up for the entire year, I really wouldn't have enough money if I had to pay for like takeout every night too. Like, well, for every meal, that is. I also make sure that the meals I do have at a con are fortified with various, fats. Yeah, no, Striker, that's the reason why a lot of my friends haven't been able to come this year. Just work got in the way, and the fact that it's in the middle of the week it's a thing. It's a thing that I will always criticize this con for making that choice. Because it pretty much it nuked their ability to have certain people coming. Like working class people. Entertainers, on the other hand, that's kind of what they're pandering to now. They're doing it for the gram, even after the gram is really kind of dead. Nowadays, it's all about that claw cap. And personally, I hate to point this out, I can't stand TikTok. Like 100%, I can't stand TikTok as a platform. Nom 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 then. Oh, cool. Well, that works. So at least they helped you out, man. What's up, Bubblegum? I'm listening, or reading, more accurately. What's up? Hello. Do I have a room on the party floor? No. Will stream what? If you're by the way, if you're typing one word per entry, a lot of your words are going to get lost because there is sort of a spam filter. So, God, if this is the case, we haven't had one of these for a while. What were you trying to ask about, Bubblegum? Oh, also, most of the people that watch these streams already are subbed to me. Ooh. I mean, TikTok's it's a promo site, but it's It's a promo site, but at the same time, it's a promo site that steals your information. Oh, and by the way, I can verify that. For those of you who don't know how to read, or how you're supposed to read, the user agreements for apps like that, you really, really need to learn, especially if you're going to be a content creator, because it's in their terms of service that every time that you sign up for an account, you're giving them permission to effectively steal your private data and to sell it. Sorry, I've already got one corporate overlord. Don't need another one. What's my favorite game? That's a hard one. I've played so many. Of all time? I don't know. Probably the Destiny series or the Tales series. Those are if I want to be. And these are if I want to be. Let's get giggly. Yay, the ramen brick just broke apart. So there we go. This isn't going to look anything like the, nice yellowish that it was last night. Or yesterday, rather. I mean, you never know. They might change it, Andy. There are a lot of people that have complained, and there have been a lot of issues with the fact that it's in the middle of the week, and each time it's been getting more and more noticeable. Corpse Bride's pretty cool. It's an interesting show to say, or interesting movie to say the least. To say the least. My YouTube name, I mean, it should be like right down there. But Kitthesoulless. Alright. Let those bathe in their juices for a little bit. God, I dislike you. Yes, I know you dislike me too. That's one of the reasons I'm not Christian. But yeah, no, I really can't choose a favorite video game, so there've been too many. I can choose a favorite genre. That's always going to be either Souls-like or horror. And yes, it is a toss-up, 50-50 between the two. Which is going to make it even better because I got a new Souls-like recently that's going to be pretty entertaining, pretty weird, and pretty gory. Good on ya. Just make sure to look up videos on how to properly use it because you can actually mess up pretty badly. There is one particular channel on here. I can't for the life of me remember who they are. Fuck, what is that channel? There's a channel that is a skinny twink dude and his big beefy older friend that do like sex positive videos. Both of them worked in the porn industry for a hell of a long time. Both of them fairly entertaining. Trying to remember the name of the channel. But they actually have a informational video on how to properly use a douche. Specifically an anal douche. Oh, yeah, by the way, hoping you actually got the right kind. Otherwise, if you bought one that's for a woman, it's gonna be uncomfortable. Because that's not meant for that. Okay. Powering that off, reducing and turning on the cooling system so that this room can cool down a little bit and so the pan doesn't, continue to heat up the room. And for those who don't know, cotton bowls can get pretty dirty. So it's one of those, I tend to clean mine every now and then, but at the same time, when at a convention, I'm not going to sit there doing dishes all the time. So, occasionally, you'll wind up with things like crumbs. And those are bits and pieces of Cheez-Its. And I figure, they'll just soak into the ramen mixture and add a little flavor. But yeah, I usually clean my bowl once a day. Unless, of course, I have a particularly messy meal. There's too much juice in this, hold up. It's far too much liquid in that. Once I remember the name of the channel, I'll let you guys know. I used to watch it all the time, and I can't remember the name of their channel. Fuck. Hold that thought, by the way. I need to go get something to deal with the fact that there's way too much juice in this. And my brother is out there watching Shark Week, apparently. Also, this is going to be a process. Uno momento, I'll check the chat in just a moment. I just have to remove some of this liquid. Otherwise, we can't put the rest of the water chestnuts in. And as you know, I always like good, handful of nuts on my chest. Sorry, I couldn't resist. There we are. That, now that it has touched face, goes into the sink and gets flushed. Ooh. A douche for a woman is made for a different kind of hole. It will hurt. Know this one from experience. If you want to get a cheap version, buy what is referred to as an enema kit. And don't use the liquid inside it. First of all, rinse it out really well. Otherwise, when you try to use it the first time, you're going to erupt like Mount Vesuvius. And not in a good way. That is gross, dude. Anyways, off of that topic for now, because now I have a mug of juice, and I have my bowl. I'm going to take my bowl out there really quick. And, uno momento. I'm not going to try to carry the thing with me, too. I need to ask him to turn it down a bit. That works. That's fine. Hello. I see you all again. By the way, my gimbal. It is my gimbal. There we are. And back. There we are. There we are. Oh. Yeah. One moment. I'm going to bring the thingle up on my thingle. Going to watch things on your phone then.
Yep.
And mute that then. Thank you. Yeah. One moment. I'm bringing the chat up. On my computer. Actually, I brought my laptop. So, most of you do not know this, but yep, I do have a laptop. Why? Hold on. Why is your face the one on the screen? Suck a dick, Kamala. But yeah, I have a laptop. Wasn't that a little weird? Oh, by the way, as for the food, there we are. And just to be a little more furry trash than usual. 1, 2. Three, 4. Adding some chicken biscuits in there. Hello, Tiny. Yeah, I'm having a fair bit of fun. We're actually waiting for the opening ceremonies. There's not much to do on the first day, at least not much that I am interested in, before opening ceremonies. Ooh. Ah, well. Live and learn. Which furry type? What do you mean, furry type? Are you asking what my persona is? Because if you are, the answer to that is complicated. I mean, effectively, I am a hybrid of a gray fox and an aardwolf. And since most people don't know what an aardwolf is, they'll hear aardwolf and think, oh, it's a wolf. No, an aardwolf is a type of hyena. I can show you my badge, or one of my certified badges, which has aardwolves on it. Also, bunny, 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 bunny.
Buddy.
I just put the camera over towards you, just going bunny, 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 bunny. What? Yes. Do I have a mask? No, not really. However, that is an aardwolf. No, that's my brother. I explained that last night, man. No worries. No worries, man. I mean, he's currently sleeping, though. By the way, hey, Chris, Tiny says hi.
What?
Tiny says hi.
I poke.
Well, you heard him. He's a bunny. Hence the bunnying. But yeah, no, Tiny says hi and sends hugs. Come here. I have been munching my meat, but I have yet to touch my nudes. That's a phrase. And yes, I'm fairly certain he's aware you'll bite. I'm fairly certain everybody who knows you is aware you'll bite. Oh my god. Well, I was trying to slurp nudes and wound up wearing nudes. Oh yeah, Chris is usually really chill. See, that's the lovely thing about furry. You can be whatever you want. Me, I'm kind of like a centaur. Just take out the sen part. I guess that would make me a yintar. That's a word. I mean, it really should. Yeah. I have a earring. None on the other side, see? And this, for those who don't know, it has a significance to it. This was one of the original symbols for gay pride. And what I mean by that is, if you had a man that you could see had his right ear pierced, but his left ear not, it meant he was about as straight as a circle. Whereas, if it was your left ear pierced and not your right, you were straight. See, back in my day, it even mattered what ear you pierced. If you had both pierced, it meant you were secure in your sexuality. Usually that was code for you're bi. Nice. But yeah, I actually came out of the closet when I was 14, and I have had this ever since. It is what is referred to as a semi-permanent stud. Or not stud, semi-permanent gauge. Meaning, I have to have a special tool to take this off. It doesn't come out. It doesn't come out easily, at least. Mm. Mm. Hugs for the Andy. Oh. Mm. Here's the other weird thing. For women, back in the day, around the same time where this was a thing, did you know if a woman only had one ear pierced, didn't matter which side, meant she was lesbian? Mm. So in other words, if you see a woman walking around with just one earring and no piercing in the other ear, she an old queen. And yes, I'm extending that phrase because the original one isn't allowed on YouTube anymore because of entitled people. But for those who know, it was the one that started with a D. Oh, and understand, that word was coined by a lesbian woman way the hell back in the day. Why everybody assumed it was an insult, I don't know. Maybe it's because people who get into the happy side of life nowadays and realize don't actually study their fucking history. Ramon, that's one of the reasons that I don't like fast food places in general a lot, is when they do shit like that. Hey, Chris. Must I throw something at you? Hello? Apparently they have Krabby Patties at Wendy's.
Yeah, they've been playing the ads on the TV.
Why am I the last to know? Probably because I don't watch TV. Seriously, though?
Yes.
That's fucking weird. Why are people still obsessed with that cartoon this many years after it aired?
I mean...
I'm surprised we haven't seen fucking SpongeBob conventions.
At least SpongeBob beats other cartoons that are kind of...
Things like Femboy and Chum Chum. To me, though, honestly, I don't care much for SpongeBob. To me, it feels like the era where cartoons died and got replaced with walking corpses of their former selves. Then again, I grew up on better cartoons. Ones that actually had an entertaining thing rather than being, or an entertaining niche to them, rather than just being something that is, well, for the best example, look at something called Fanboy and Jum Jum. I was forced to watch that because of my fucking nephew. For about 3 days. Until his mother saw what the content of the cartoon was. After I had told them, and they had told them twice, and they had told me to shut up. But she saw it and immediately went, nope, no more of that. Which made it so fucking funny because I got to look at my sister-in-law and go, I told you about this 2 days ago. And you told me to be quiet. That's the same cartoon. She walked out of the room. It was funny as hell. This, by the way, was a sister of mine. Or rather, sister-in-law of mine. Always had a witty retort for everything. Always a complete bitch. Aiden, you know the one. You met them twice. And I hate to say this, and y'all know I love you, but the only way I can really explain this, or the only way I can really verify this one with Aiden specifically, is just remember, I'm talking about the one that looks like a chihuahua, not the one that has the jaw of a man. Later, bubblegum. Oh, what was your question, really quick, though? My kingdom for a napkin. Oily. That came out a little more perfect than I thought. Hold on. Ah! Why they gave us green tea with citronella, I will never understand. Oh. I don't know, bubblegum, but that kind of sucks. Here's hoping you get it working. Rabbids were cool. They were stupid, but they were cool. I grew up on things like Tom and Jerry, though. So, that's the thing. Hello, Zephyr. Oh. Coming to y'all live from the con space. I could theoretically try to take you guys down into the con space, but the problem with that would be it may end the stream. It may get choppy as fuck. I don't know, because downstairs is effectively a giant fucking Faraday cage. I don't know how well the signal would work down there, so I don't know. Plus, we are coming up on the hour, the point of hour. We've been streaming for just about. So that's the thing. I don't intend these little mobile streams to be more than an hour at any given point. My comms are going pretty well. Oh, Veggie Tales. I remember being forced to watch that when I was in Mormon. When I was in the Mormon church. Back when I was like 6. And I will say this, at very least, they had a fun way to tell old dusty stories. And yes, for the record, pretty much every religion out there is just a collection of old dusty stories. They're old dusty stories that are meant to have a meaning and moral message, but they're still just a collection of old dusty stories. Yeah, Zephyr is usually one of those ask before hugging kind of people. Aiden, realistically, VeggieTales isn't that bad. Don't get me wrong, it is religion, so it is kind of a heavy-handed stories. But, I mean, at least they did it in a more fun way. Because, from how my granddad described what his Bible studies were, I would have rather shot myself with a pellet gun down the penis. Oh, so how has your day been, Zephyr? I mean, I will admit there are some pretty interesting stories in it. But understand, that's me saying that from a, adult perspective. When I was a kid, I would rather have died than fucking have to do what my grandfather did for Bible studies, which was a dedicated hour of reading and then another dedicated hour of essay writing about the chapters read. In comparison, watching a cartoon about anthropomorphized vegetables was a hell of a lot more fun. I mean, Jackie, who doesn't like demons? That's rhetorical, by the way, not literal. But I have studied both Christianity and demonology, which is weird. In fact, did you know there is a whole branch off of the Christian faith, effectively, there is a whole branch off of the Christian faith where the idea of hell is made a hell of a lot more fleshed out, down to the explanation of various types of demons, what they are meant to do, what their role in hell is, and which part they are. Or rather, which part they're from. A good example Imps, for example. Upper layers of hell. So lower echelon, technically. Very, very useless. What they refer to as a lower divine. Most of it, by the way, derives from a book called Dante's Inferno. Really, really good read. But yeah, there's an entire book that expands upon the idea of, I believe, the original concept of the Catholic hell. No. Because understand, demonology is actually a legitimate study if you are trying to become a Catholic priest. The only people who actually study that are seriously, seriously devout Catholics. But it is technically a Christian practice. Bear this in mind, I've been to theological schools, I've gone through theological studies. There's a lot about Christianity that most people don't know. Like, for example, they were technically the first ones to study demons. Mostly because they were the ones to create the concept of demons. Or rather, as most people know them. That being Catholicism, by the way, not Christianity as a whole. I mean, depends on if it's a real pact or not. And if it was truly with a demon, or he just hexed himself. Oh, and for those who don't know, yes, magic is a thing. No, I don't believe people can shoot fireballs out of their fingertips. But I do believe in what is referred to as the magic of belief, which is how you can explain things happening like people miraculously being cured of a disease due to the fact that their faith tells them that they will be fine. And their own belief in that causes their body to react in such a way that seems miraculous. Same thing as possession. Possession as a whole, 9 times out of 10, is just somebody's belief getting the better of them, and it's them internalizing mentally how to deal with and how to explain why their life has been going so badly. And I will say that 9 times out of 10. But, I mean, there's a couple occasions where it's unexplainable. Like, there was one record, Christian version. There is actually a record and video evidence at one point of a statue of the Holy Mother bleeding. Like, actually bleeding. No one can bloody explain it. There's no way it could have been set up because there were no pipes running through the marble. Just one day up and blood running down face. He was like back in the 90s or 80s or somewhere. It was back when cameras, for example, weren't the size of your phone and were more like a giant fucking box that you had to hold like this on your shoulder. Anyways, it's been a little over an hour, so this is where we're going to leave off on this stream. I will say this, Furry Force was fucking hilarious. The first couple times I saw it. However, when it becomes a huge topic and goes around the internet for so long, it's just played out. Anyways. Ta-ta, everybody. Nom. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't already, go check out the day 1 video, or rather the day 0 video. We're actually going to be going down in a couple minutes, or I'm going to be going down in a couple minutes, and doing some of the day 1 stuff. So, that is the thing. Ta-ta. Ooh.